On point today, we have two on points. In the first on point, we will look at the Bharat Mata portrait controversy exploding in Kerala. In the second on point, we look at how sudden cardiac deaths need to be notified in Karnataka. Now headlines. Rao BJP MP Nishikant Dubey's remarks in Maharashtra, CM Fadnavis calls the remark inappropriate. BJP welcomes World Bank report on income distribution. Report ranks India as the fourth most equal country. Madras High Court confirms custodial death of Ajit Kumar in Sivaganga, asks CBI to appoint investigators within a week. Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau submits preliminary report on A171 crash to Ministry. Permanent women residents of Bihar to get 35% reservations in government jobs. Nitish Kumar's big move ahead of assembly polls. Three students killed as Villupuram Mile Aduthurai Express hit school bus at a railway crossing in Tamil Nadu's Kadalur. RCB moves High Court, challenges tribunal order, blaming it for Bengaluru stampede. Trump says Hamas ready to accept Gaza ceasefire as he hosts Netanyahu. US extends suspension of reciprocal tariffs to August 1, relief to Indian exporters. The row over Bharat Mata portrait and the registrar's suspension triggered a face-off between SFI cadre and police at Kerala University. SFI activists clashed with the police during a protest against Governor Rajendra R. Lekar and Vice Chancellor Mohanan Kurnumal. SFI activists barged into the administrative block even as the police used water cannons to disperse them. Kerala University has been witnessing dramatic scenes ever since Vice Chancellor suspended Registrar K.S. Anil over the cancellation of the Governor's event at the Senate Hall. The ruling left front has accused the Governor of promoting RSS ideology.
In Kerala University also, they have been fighting each other on simple reasons. We have protested against the Governor because we registered our protests because Raj Bhavan should not be used for political purpose as well as religious purpose. That was our demand. But unfortunately, the Chief Minister was not ready to express his protest to the Governor. So it is continuing. In almost all the programs, he is using his stage for political purpose and religious purpose.
All over the Kerala, regarding the issues relating to higher education institutions. We have seen RSS is targeting Kerala's most prestigious higher education sector. Kerala's higher education sector has seen an immense growth in the last 9 years. And that growth has been a pioneer growth in Kerala in the higher education sector. More students are coming to higher education sector. More students from outside India, about 2,000 students from outside India are coming to Kerala University. This is due to the infrastructure as well as academic development that had happened in our Kerala University. And this is being targeted by the RSS.
So what happened? On June 19, two Kerala ministers walk out of the Raj Bhavan event over display of Bharat Mata portrait holding saffron flag. On June 19, Governor R.V.R. Lekar says he'll never remove Bharat Matas from official program, the portrait. On 25th June, Governor attends seminar at the Kerala University. Bharat Mata portrait on stage sparks protest from SFI and KSU. Registrar K.S. Anil Kumar cancels permission in Governor's presence. On 30th of June, VC submits report accusing Anil Kumar of deliberately blocking Governor. 2nd July, VC suspends Kumar, citing disrespect towards governor. 6th, suspension challenge in Kerala High Court. University syndicate revoked suspension. Acting VC Caesar Thomas says meeting is invalid and suspension still stands. July 7. Caesar Thomas appoints Vinny Kappan as the new registrar while Anil Kumar resumes duties. The syndicate forms panel to investigate the issue. CPI leader Binoy Viswam accuses governor of promoting an RSS-backed image of Bharat Mata. July 8th, Anil Kumar withdraws High Court petition following his reinstatement. 8th, SFI activists clash with police during protest at university. So this is the basic order. Now, the broader issue is, how do we imagine this nation? The broader issue is it about the contesting ideologies of nationalism? The broader issue is, are the unreconciled issues of Constituent Assembly continue to haunt our politics and universities, where students fight over a portrait of Bharat Mata? People can imagine India the way they want to. People can imagine India in a non-religious way. People can imagine India as a religious identity. Don't we sing Vande Mataram? But these are the questions I'll put to my guests who join me. I'm joined by Professor Ronnie K. Baby, spokesperson Congress Kerala, Navya Haridas, BJP leader, Advocate Nikhil Jain, political analyst. Subsequently, I'll be joined by Rahul Iswar and Shilpa S., National Vice President SFI. But straight away, I'll go to Navya Haridas. My question to you, madam, is what is the big deal about this portrait of India where you have it being represented by goddess?
The first thing is that communist government or the communist activists are now saying that Bharat Mata is something like political, or Bharat Mata is related to something like religious. We all clearly know that it's not political, it's not religious, it's just a personified image of India. It's a mother. We consider Bharat Mata as the mother of our country. And it's not RSS that put forward the vision of Bharat Mata or the image of Bharat Mata. It came in 1905, where RSS was not in picture. So it's not related to RSS. Actually, the problem is that in Kerala, there are many burning issues, many sensitive issues are there. Recently a hospital collapses, and so many issues are there, and the election is nearing. So to hide all those issues that the government, the state government is putting forth unnecessary issues regarding Bharat Mata, and it's very shameful to us, shameful to me also, that inside the Kerala such happenings are there. And unnecessarily Bharat Mata is pulled into this politics. And today what we witnessed is that huge massive protests are being held in the universities, in Kerala University, in Calicut University, MG University, everywhere. SFI is organizing massive protests inside the universities and creating chaos. And on the other side, we could see that the police is also supporting the protesters. Usually, if it was the case with the BJP, they have suppressed the event, suppressed the protest in whatever matter that could see. But today's protesters, like the police, is also being very helpless in supporting the protesters. And every protesters have gone inside the universities. There were no barriers set forward in front of the universities, and they have revoked into the universities and creating the chaos. So the communist government, to hide all the their insufficiency or to hide their incapabilities, they are bringing into a new matter and unnecessarily putting the chaos or unnecessarily raising this Bharat Mata issues in front of this kids. We could see that it's a motherly or a godly figure that all Indians in the freedom fight struggle also, we all were believing, or we all were doing pujas to this Bharat Mata whenever there was an issue in our country. So this image is being destroyed now. They are bringing forth an image that Bharat Mata is nothing in front of the Indians. So this is such a shameful event that Bharat Mata is being politicized.
Okay. This is the opening comment from Navya Haridas, BJP leader. Let me take opening comment from Professor Ronnie K. Baby. Sir, to you.
RSS and Sangha Parivar now is using Kerala as a playground, a test ground for their ideology. For that purpose, they are using Raj Bhavan and the governor for implementing their ideology and their tactics. Why only in Kerala's Raj Bhavan they are using the portrait of a Bharat Mata with the RSS flag? That is the issue. We all respect Bharat Mata, who is holding a national flag. Why this governor is very particular that in all the government functions which is organizing in Raj Bhavan, it should have a Bharat Mata portrait with RSS flag. We can see any Bharat Mata portrait with RSS flag in Rashtrapati Bhavan
Professor,
or any other Raj Bhavans in India.
Professor, but Congress party, I have attended number of functions. You people also saying Vande Mataram?
Yeah,
Isn't that
sure.
imagining nation in context of a divinity?
Vande Mataram is the national song and all we are proud of Vande Mataram. But we are opposing, we are against to this particular portrait with the RSS flag. That is the issue. You know that in our national movement, in our freedom struggle, we used this portrait of Bharat Mata with the tricolor flag, our national flag. Why this governor is so compelling the government to use this portrait in government functions which are organizing in Raj Bhavan? That is the issue.
Okay.
Because through governor, RSS is trying to play their role. They want to get a hold in Kerala.
Okay.
Because so far you know that
Okay.
in many other places, in many other states, the BJP has got a very good space there. But in Kerala, over the last years,
Okay.
they are resisting this
So
ideology.
let me very quickly take first and then Shilpa S. Nikhil, quickly too, your opening comments on this. Because I don't think it's about Bharat Mata, it's about reimagining the country, it's about contesting aspects of nationalism, it's about how you view your community of, or how you view nation as a community.
Karthikeya, you hit the nail on the head, that this is exactly what the problem is, that so far as the BJP is concerned, they've never accepted the idea of India as we set out to begin with in 1950. First not accepting the constitution, then not accepting the Indian national flag, not accepting the basic tenets of the constitution, and very recently we are seeing demands from the vice president, we are seeing demands from the RSS number 2 figure saying that the nature of the words shall be removed from the preamble, words which the Supreme Court believe are the core essence and essentially part of the basic structure of the constitution. And this is why all of what the BJP people do becomes objectionable. I don't think in isolation any Hindu or Muslim would have a problem with the portrayal of Bharat Mata. What people have a problem with is that a governor who's supposed to be a secular state functionary garlands an image, a portrayal of Bharat Mata, which is essentially a personification of the idea of India, but an idea of India that is sort of constricted in its expression to a particular religion and to a particular faith system and belief system. And let's not forget that during the independence movement, using Bharat Mata as a symbol of Indian nationalism was something that was critiqued and criticized by Jawaharlal Nehru, Rabindranath Tagore, B.R. Ambedkar, Peshwar and Maulana Azad, because for the simple reason that it portrays the idea of India in very religious overtones, and we don't want that. We have a tricolor which has green, which sort of is emblematic of the Muslim faith, saffron for the Hindu faith, we have the chakra which sort of represents the Buddhist faith. We are an inclusive country, but the RSS does not want to realize that, does not want to acknowledge that. They constantly try to change that, and that is why I feel such strong reactions occur when their governors or their people do something like this.
Your opening comments, sir?
Two submissions. First of all, there are some national sentiments which are beyond debate. Our national flag, constitution, Mahatma Gandhi, Bharat Mata are all part of national consciousness which we should not drag into debates. And Bharat Mata belongs to all. Bharat Mata was first used in this way by a Muslim brother Asimullah Khan, who raised Madre Vadan Bharat Ki Jai or Bharat Mata Ki Jai. It was a contribution by a Muslim brother. Vande Mataram was again sang by my generation because of a practicing Muslim, Allah Rakhar Human. So Bharat Mata has a great history of syncretic pluralistic tradition. As Navyaji said, it doesn't belong to one party or the other. It doesn't belong to Congress, BJP or CPM. Yes, Bharat Mata should be with Indian tricolor flag, Indian constitution. There is no doubt regarding that. It is unfortunate that the whole thing is dragged into a level of debate where we should be finding a consensus on a Bharat Mata which we can all agree with. And I think that kind of a statesmanship is what is missing. That consensus is what is missing. And Bharat Mata Ki Jai has been, who inaugurated Bharat Mata temple? It was none other than the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, who inaugurated Bharat Mata temple. Swami Vivekananda said, let us worship this Bharat Mata or let us worship our land for a considerable amount of time until we get freedom. Abhinendranath Tagore and there are many people who endorse the whole idea of Bharat Mata Ki Jai or Bharat Mata. So it is not a religious figure. It is a cultural, civilizational figure that needs to be respected. Unfortunately, there are some people who are having opposition. I respect their opposition, but we should be having a Bharat Mata with tricolor flag and constitution. And I think that would be the consensus all the parties will be seeking.
Okay. Your opening comments, Shilpa S, National Vice President, Student Federation of India. To you, madam.
Yes. So I think this is not a mere issue that should be centered around an image of Bharat Mata or anything that is related to nationalism. But here in Kerala, the current issue that is going on in Kerala, the protest that SFI has taken up all across the Kerala in the major university centers, this is not a fight that SFI is leading against any particular vice chancellors or any particular leadership of the administration, but this is a part of a broader resistance. There has been an attempt to infiltrate RSS ideology into the educational system of Kerala, higher educational system of Kerala in the past few years. We have been witnessing that through the governor, through different stands they are taking, through different programs that they are trying to conduct in the universities. There has been an effort to bring in RSS ideologies. There has been an effort to saffronize the educational front of Kerala. So this is a broader protest that through which we are declaring that no such effort can go on in Kerala, because we have always upheld an education system that is secular in nature, and I think this is not an issue that should be centered around one particular image or one particular point as such.
But you see, there is a bigger issue here, and the bigger issue is, which is popular nationalism or the one which people at the time of the independence thought what it should be. So my question to Navya Haridas is that, is there a problem whereby political parties have failed to underestimate, reconcile with what the popular nationalism is, the way people imagine their country is? And I think that's where the contest is. You can go by the book, but people can imagine their country the way they want to. You can say it is Bharatvarsh, you can say it's Bharat Mata. I mean, say ultimately the expression of nationalism lies with the people.
See, today's debate itself is a wrong message to the coming generation. That's what I want to say. In the university, if such issues are raising day by day, it gives a wrong message that Bharat Mata has been a mode of discussion for the coming generation people, the students. So in university, what's the real problem of SFI to conduct such a massive protest into the universities is my question. See, the consideration is under the court, and we are all leaving it to the court. So if such a something is that we could do the lawful things only. So instead of doing this protest, let them come openly and discuss, have a discussion on this matter. So here it is being, this issue is being raised by several concerns of this communist government. We could see in all the nook and corners of the state, this issue is being coming up front into the upfront views only. So inside the universities, if it's being discussed in such in heavy in the mode of these massive attempts. So this clearly gives us a picture that the communist government is really scared of RSS. If Bharat Mata belongs only to RSS as their concern, See, it's inbuilding the patriotism into our country. See, Bharat Mata, as you said, is not only for BJP or only for RSS. Bharat Mata is for all of us. So, this shameful attempts of doing this massive protest against this Bharat Mata is giving a wrong message to the coming generations also.
But also let me be the devil's advocate here, because when I say that Bharat Mata or India can be imagined as a mother, is part of the popular expression of politics. But then there is another thing. When what takes the priority, the constitution or the image? Officially, let me be the devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
When it comes to an official functionary, madam, what is more important for the governor, the book or the image?
See, constitution is more important, as we would say. Everything in India depends on the constitution only. So we are giving very priority to the constitution itself. But Bharat Mata, as we could say, is a sensible side. We could include the sensibility also within our country. It's only just about it's not only about the constitution itself. As you said, we all strongly support the constitution, or we all strongly believe in the constitution, and that is definitely the base to the. So we are not against constitution. We are supporting the constitution. We are always with the constitution. But on the other side, these sensible things must also be considered. That's the thing.
Now my question to because I think I need to be the disruptor in the show. Professor Ronnie, my question to you is that the Congress as a party has not been averse to using religious idiom when it came to freedom struggle, Tilak, Gokhale, Khilafat movement. Religious idioms were actually utilized by the Congress party for the freedom movement. So it's not as if the religious idiom, the Congress is averse to it.
There is two narratives of nationalism. One is of inclusive and the other one is of exclusive. What the RSS and BJP is doing a kind of exclusive nationalism. As you said, during the freedom struggle, as you said in the Khilafat movement.
I'm sorry to never interrupt my guest, but I need to ask you with this question as a caveat. Do you think that the imagination of Bharat Mata excludes other communities, sir? Are you saying that?
See,
No. My question is point blank. You use the word exclusion. So, as an anchor, I'm asking you, sir, do you think that the image of Bharat Mata excludes other communities, which is all non-Hindu communities?
Bharat Mata with the national flag, which is inclusive of all. Bharat Mata with the RSS flag, that is an exclusive, that is only for BJP, Hindutva ideology and for RSS. That is why we are against it. That is why we are protesting against it. If the governor Rajendra Arlekar, why can't he use Bharat Mata portrait with the national flag? Why he is always that the kind of Bharat Mata, it should be with RSS flag. He is behaving not like a governor. He is behaving like an RSS Pracharak. He is using this Raj Bhavan as an RSS Chaka. It is quite few days. We can see that a RSS flag will fly at the top of the Raj Bhavan. The days are coming. So we are against that. See, in the struggle between this, let's not overstretch it, governor and the CPM, the quality of the higher education is coming down. Out of the 13 universities in Kerala, 12 universities doesn't have vice chancellors. Out of 66 government arts and colleges, 65 colleges does not have any principals. That is the current system. In the fight between the governor and the CPM or the SFI, quality of the higher education is coming down.
Okay.
That is the reality.
Rahul, I'll come to you. Professor Ronnie, if you're finished, then I'll give the mic to Rahul because he has raised his finger twice. He wants to comment.
That's a different issue. Professor Ronnie has raised a very important issue regarding education and employment, but that's a different debate. Here the debate is mainly regarding culture, civilizational value, patriotism, and whether there is a consensus possible. I think one consensus, as Professor Ronnie rightly said, I think we all will agree to the fact that Bharat Mata with a tricolor flag is better. And I believe when Navyaji's party, BJP themselves organized a protest, they were showcasing Bharat Mata with a tricolor flag. People are more comfortable. And as one of our earlier panelists rightly pointed out, it was Mahatma Gandhi who made our flag tricolor back in April 13, 1921, when especially he said we need all the three colors. That means we need saffron, white and green representing Hindu, Christian, Muslim and all the other communities. So the right position, I believe, is consensus where every faith is represented. And I think definitely the governor Chief Minister can find a consensus. The article leader can go for a statesmanly attitude and withdraw the protest and come to a general consensus that Bharat Mata is a very culturally important symbol. We should be respectful. We should be sensitive. At the same point of time, the saffron flag, instead of saffron flag, we can have a tricolor flag. Perhaps Bharat Mata can even have a constitution in her hand. So let us reimagine so that there can be a consensus rather than a confrontation. It pains me as an ordinary Indian to see Bharat Mata as a matter of debate, because we never debate about our mothers. We call it as motherland, and even we say Janani Janmabhumicha Swargadabi Gariyasi. That means mother and motherland are greater than heaven. And Bharat Mata is a great symbol of our mother and motherland. We should not drag it down to debates, and we should find a consensus where we agree that Bharat Mata as a deity or a personification of Mother India is great, but we need to have a cultural symbol, we need to have a tricolor flag. Perhaps you can even have Baba Saheb Ambedkar's constitution in Bharat Mata's hand. Shouldn't we think of such kind of a solution rather than perpetuating the issues, rather than a tug of war? Shouldn't we find a middle ground, a consensus ground, where whether the right and left can agree on a common point? This is how we build consensus. This is the art of nation building.
They happen when the two parties come together, but the views of the political parties on constitutional nationalism and cultural nationalism are pretty divergent. Yes, to you, Nikhil.
Karthikeya, I think if we need one frame, one portrait, one picture to symbolize what the idea of India is, we don't need to look any further. We don't need to make any changes to this portrayal of Bharat Mata. That is what we've had for 75 years, and that is what we need. I don't really get what this debate is about. And also, you raise an important question about how the Congress has used religious symbolisms in the past, during the freedom movement, whether it was support for Khilafat or whether it was using some Hindu religious symbols. Now, the fact of the matter is, the Congress at that time was trying to galvanize and mobilize a large
Guy
Muslim community.
For example, today the entire mobilization of the BJP is around the cow, but which was the first party to use Guy Bachra?
It was the Congress party. I'm not going to
It was the
deny
Congress
that.
party which used Guy Bachra?
Absolutely. I see, and I'm not going to link the cow with only Hindus. Cow is culturally important to the Indian subcontinent. That is what I strongly believe. That being said, I think religious symbolisms are all fine and good. Every religion has its own place. The one single line that perhaps symbolizes and summarizes the idea and identity of India with respect to religion would be what Mahatma Gandhi used to sing: Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patit Pavan Sita Ram, Ishwar Allah Tere Naam, Sabko Sammati De Bhagwan. That is what we are. We respect him. We respect Muslims. We respect Christians. I don't think that institutions of the state like the governor or the vice chancellor should be imposing an idea of India that overtly professes only one particular religion. If somebody were to, make a similar portrayal with a Christian figure or a Muslim figure, I would equally be up in arms. Let's show that, figure of inclusion as our constitution invites.
So it's ultimately boiling down to the left's imagination of the country. If I have to say, Shilpa, to you, you're the National Vice President of SFI, it's the left imagination of the country which is inspired by the French notion of secularism, which is laissez. But Indian constitution is inspired not by French hard secularism, but by pluralism. That is why Ambedkar never insisted that the word secular be part of the Indian constitution, madam.
Certainly, in Indian context, any kind of representation should be inclusive in nature. Universities should not, SFI stand is that universities should not be a place where somebody has to impose a certain ideology that is much more favored or that is much more popular within a certain group or a community.
So, Shilpa, can I ask you a question? You also have an ideology. SFI also has an ideology. It's God agnostic. You also have an ideology. You're not ideology-less. आपकी भी ideology है.
Certainly.
So they will also have an ideology?
Certainly, but the administration of the universities or the people who are leading the universities as vice chancellors or as governors or in any other post, they should not be the people who take up such things in the university platforms. That's what we are opposing.
But the first president of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Panikkar and so many other people, Madan Mohan Malviya, they did the renovation of Somnath temple in Gujarat. Would you have then opposed it? 1950s, the first president of India was officially involved in the renovation of a temple called Somnath. I'm saying, why is SFI so outraged today? Or is it just politics, which is coming close to the Kerala election? Is it all boiling down to elections, madam?
No, it's not. See, the context of this particular issue is within the university or within the educational, higher educational structure of Kerala. And here the discussion started with the suspension of this registrar, which is also illegal. Who gives the vice chancellor the authority to take such a decision without discussing it or without taking it to the syndicate?
I think I need to come to the brass tacks. Rahul, is it all boiling down to the Kerala elections?
No, two things. Of course, elections are always a subtext, but you have raised a very brilliant point, because Nehruji was against the renovation of Somnath, but Sardar Patel and K.M. Munshiji went to Mahatma Gandhi and took his permission, and Mahatma Gandhi said we should find a middle way, where Mahatma Gandhi said we should not use state's fund, but we should definitely do, because temple is our pride. And please remember, every community demography is important. Let's be honest with it. Kerala has 27 to 29% Muslim population, 18 to 19% Christian population, 50 to 55% Hindu population. Demographic, cultural sentiments, religious sentiments are important when it comes to election. But these are some things we should keep beyond politics. And CPI, one of the communist parties, chanted Bharat Mata ki jai, but they said they will not use this figure. My core submission is still the same. This is a topic that we should be kept above debate. Bharat Mata is regarding our cultural sentiments. Please remember Vande Mataram and A.R. Rahman. Please remember Asimullah Khan and Bharat Mata ki jai. This is something that we should unify us, not divide us either politically or communally.
Navya, is it all boiling down to the elections because the elections are close by? Is that the reason? Then I'll come to you, Professor Baby. Yeah, Navya.
Yeah, definitely. It's all, we could see all these things in the political election point of view only. Because whenever there is an election coming, CPM, as you know, the state government is facing many problems in the state currently. So to hide all those issues, they have to bring up any new issues in the society that should be the point of view for the people, or the new discussion should be based on these events. So they are seeking for such events, and this for this thing they have purposefully selected Bharat Mata, because I think the state government is currently fearing the BJP's growth or the RSS growth. So to suppress the BJP, this thing is mainly coming into picture, like religion and caste.
This question, Navya, let me ask this question to Professor Baby. Is BJP a force to reckon with in Kerala, sir? Or is it going to be a fight?
No, what the RSS and BJP is doing, that they are giving a helping hand to the CPM. Because all this controversy were started immediately after the by-election.
Are you saying that BJP is helping CPM?
Yeah, whenever the government is in crisis, the governor or the BJP or the RSS, they are giving a helping hand. All these controversies were erupted immediately after the result of this Nilambur by-election, where Congress won a remarkable victory. We captured the sitting seat of the CPM, and immediately after that, to cover up the issues, the BJP and the CPM, their clash started. So we are not giving any seriousness of this issue. We know that after some days these issues will be settled. And why the Chief Minister of Kerala? He is not at all critical of the governor's stand on this issue. He is not at all giving any statement. He is not at all in Kerala right now. He has escaped. He has simply left Kerala and he went to the USA. And they are using this SFI, their students' wing, to play politics. The CPM is keeping all the silence because they don't want to attack the governor. They don't want to attack the RSS. So the issue is very clear. The CPM, for the CPM and the BJP, their common enemy is Congress. So they are playing all the politics. They want to divide the political space of Kerala between CPM and the BJP. But the people of Kerala, they are strong democratic and secular values. They knows all this politics. They knows all this game. They have been strongly rejected the dirty politics of both the BJP and the CPM.
Navya, you have to respond to this. Is it correct, the charge he is alleging?
No, we all know that Congress, CPM, and CPI all are part of Indie Alliance. In the recent election, Lok Sabha election, the Indie Alliance was there, and BJP was the only party which stood independently in these elections. So, whenever there is some election coming, as Roni ji mentioned, in the recent Nilambur election also, it was also politicized and it was also religionized. We all know that Congress and CPM were seeking the support of Jamaati Islami and PDP, which are somewhat like we call it as the terrorist movements. So they are seeking the support from these Jamaati Islami and PDP for the Nilambur election. It was openly, the help was openly sought. And it was extended also. So whenever the election comes, BJP is standing alone, not like CPM or Congress. We are not a part of any alliance like this, India Alliance or something like this. So the coming election, the Congress is also having a fear that they are going to lose everything in this elections, because the last Lok Sabha election result was also not favoring the Congress. The Nilambur election was not also favoring them pretty much, we all know. So this fear of the coming election is also bringing these things into the electoral point of view also.
Do you think that it's just a localized issue, as Shilpa S, National Vice President of SFI, was saying, or is it actually a clash of ideology being played out in Kerala in a university, which is about how you imagine your country, how nationalism should be imagined? If you look the last 12 years, there has been a debate on India as a new state and old nation, or India as a union of states. Do you think that what happened in Kerala today, or what has been happening, the timeline which I read out for my viewers, is just a small reflection of unresolved debates of the Constituent Assembly, issues which happened during assembly when in preamble the word socialist and secular were inserted? It's a reflection of two unresolved imagination of this country: cultural nationalism with the constitutional nationalism. Nikhil.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. I thought that was to the SFI Vice President. That being said, I think if you're still going to talk about the unresolved issues of the Constituent Assembly from over 75 years ago, I think there can never be an end to it. Because the fact of the matter is, you put three people in a room and one of them is going to disagree with the other two. And you will always have disagreements. But at one point, you will have to settle down on what your idea of India is. What is the commonality? What is something that the BJP, Congress, left, everybody agrees on? I think we did put that chapter to rest when we agreed on building a nation that would be governed by the constitution, a nation that would not propound a particular religion, a nation that would not hound a particular religion, a nation that would look after its citizens. Somebody would say that the words preamble, socialist, the words in the preamble that were inserted by amendment by Indira Gandhi, that amendment was sort of not proper, but nobody can deny that the spirit of the constitution is about socialism, welfareism, and also about whether you call it pluralism, whether you call it the Indian model of secularism, but that is, I think, a broad consensus that we had developed. The problem is, in the past 5 years, BJP and the entire ecosystem has been trying to constantly challenge that figure. And also, let me point out one very important fact on the Somnath temple reconstruction. Nehru was never against it. Mahatma Gandhi supported it, but Mahatma Gandhi also had the same view as Nehru. Nehru's view was a little stern. Nehru's view was that nobody from the state should be involved. And Mahatma Gandhi's view was that the state funds should not be involved, only private funds should be involved. But nobody opposed the construction of the temple, and the temple reconstruction actually started well after Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated by a former RSS member, Nathuram Godse. But I think we had sort of settled all those issues. To bring them up to fore now and to keep on debating whether we should have a Bharat Mata caricature that is, very Hindu and Hindu alone in its expression.
Is it Hindu? See, is it religious or cultural? No, Nikhil, is it religious or cultural?
I will say it is religious, Kartikeya, because if you talk about...
You don't say it's cultural?
It is cultural, but it is also very much religious, because you have to realize that in the past 500 years, you've had the advent of Islam and Sikhism in India. You've also had Buddhism and Jainism in this country for the past 2000 years. And if you're going to propound only symbols of one particular religion, that would not strike a right chord with the other religions.
Okay.
As a Jain, I might ask, where is my representation? Somebody as a Sikh would ask, where is his representation? And that is where the problem lies, which is why we should not be getting into these sort of religious portrayals
Okay,
of
very
the
quickly,
idea of
I'll take closing comments. I didn't give Shilpa much time. 30 seconds to you, madam. I've really run short of time. Your closing comments on it. Will this protest continue in Kerala, or it's done day? It's over.
Certainly, yes, certainly SFI has decided to go on with the protest because this is not an issue that will end here. We have been taking up such issues for the past couple of years also, because the governor,
Okay.
who is supposed to act as a body who doesn't favor or who doesn't involve himself in any such
Okay.
with any religion or particular political party or community, is acting as the biggest tool of propaganda for
Okay,
BJP
point
as
taken.
politics in
You
Kerala,
have not changed your
especially
position?
in the context of
ठीक है.
educational institutions.
I
So
thank
we
all
will,
of you. I really run short of time, Shilpa. I really thank all of you for joining me in this debate, because my personal take is it's actually a reflection of the unresolved issues, unresolved debates of the Constituent Assembly. These are unresolved issues because one is an idea of a nationalism which emanates from the Constitution, but there is also a very important aspect, which is the popular imagination of India. And I think that should not be set aside, because ultimately democracy rests on the way people imagine their country, and it is as strong as that legitimacy and claim of imagining India in various forms, including Bharat Mata, is as strong as the way it is imagined in the Constitution, because it's one is practiced, the another is conceived to be what India should be, and both should have their legitimate places in our national discourse. So thank you all of you for joining me, but this was on point one. Don't go away. In the second on point, we look at how Karnataka has made it mandatory to report sudden cardiac deaths in the state.
बुझने लगे किसी की उमंग को, उसको तरंग दो, दुनिया को रंग दो। दुनिया को रंग दो।
Birla Opus Paints.
मेरा नया कुकी होल्डर कप एक तेरे लिए मंगाऊं? नहीं। मेरा नया क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल, मेरे नए म्यूजिक गॉगल्स मंगाओ क्या? मेरा नया रेन प्रोटेक्टर।
मेरी नई गाड़ी,
नाइस।
कप होल्डर है, कुकी भी रख सकते हैं, क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल है, म्यूजिक भी।
सेविंग्स की विद्या तो कुछ से सीखे।
कुछ बड़ा बनाना है तो पहले बचाओ। फेडरल बैंक से रिश्ता बनाओ।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
In a significant public health move, Karnataka Health Minister Dinesh Gundu Rao has announced that all sudden deaths occurring outside hospitals will be officially recorded and notified. Karnataka is the first state to issue such an order. Addressing the media in Bengaluru after receiving the expert panel report on sudden deaths due to cardiac arrest, Dinesh Gundu Rao said that the number of heart attacks in the state have risen by 4 to 5% since the pandemic.
Recent week, we've seen the rising cases of heart attacks in Bengaluru among young people and healthy individuals especially. So to discuss with regards to why this is happening,